Now, we all knew this was coming, but just a few weeks ago, Energylandia released even more details about Zadra, their RMC ground-up hybrid roller coaster coming in 2020. This thing looks like an absolute machine. This looks like it is going to be one of the greatest roller coasters on the planet. Everyone was thinking this was just going to be a bigger version of Goliath. I think this is actually going to be way better than Goliath at Great America. This is going to be one of the greatest roller coasters ever built. We all thought this was going to be a Woody, but this is not a Woody. This is RMC's first ground-up hybrid. You heard that right. Ground up with wooden supports and fully steel track. That is what is coming to Energylandia in 2020. This thing looks like an absolute freaking beast of a ride, and I'm going to be giving my full analysis right now. So we're going to begin with the POV, which this No Limits 2 was created by CoasterMac 305. Please go subscribe to him. Check out his video. He did an awesome job. I'm just putting this together based off of clips that he's seen. This is a really, really well done No Limits 2 creation. So we're cresting over the top of the lift hill, and you go down this drop. I'm not really sure the angle. I'm pretty sure it's 90 degrees. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. Really nice banked speed hill here. Then we're going to go into this really weird airtime moment. It's going to look like it gives some nice off-axis airtime. Some more twisties into this giant 0G stall, which looks just like Goliath at Great America's. And then into this awesome turnaround right here. Which this looks like an Outlaw Run-esque or Wildfire-esque element into a shed. There's some more bank turns, and we're going to be going to another airtime element. This looks really long and sustained into a 0G stall. Really weird inversion right there. That is a strange inversion. And you're going to be going down into this triple down or quad down sort of thing. Just like what you would see on Lightning Rod. Some more bank turns into another 0G roll, which looks to give some absolutely wicked hang time. Then you pull up into the brake run. Now, this looks like one of the best roller coasters in the world. Can I safely say this is going to beat Steel Vengeance? Absolutely not. Can I even safely say this is going to be a top 5 RMC? Even saying that is really hard for me to say because this coaster does look fantastic and looks incredible. I will definitely point out a couple of flaws right off the bat. There's just not a whole lot of airtime. And you could argue Lightning Rod doesn't have a whole lot of airtime either. I agree with that. But the thing with this coaster is that it just looks kind of weird. This is a really weird route the RMC took. I didn't think of them taking all these bank turns. Like, they have all sorts of weird, intimate-esque bank turns on this ride that I wasn't really expecting them to come out with at all. They also have some really strange turnarounds. They have these elements that are going to look like overbank turns or some sort of half loop type elements, but they end up turning into outer bank turns, which they look phenomenal. But I think they should have just kept them outward banked the entire time, kind of like what you would see on Steel Vengeance, how it just starts banking outward and it keeps going. This one banks inward and then it banks outward. I think that's going to create for some really nice lateral motion and some sort of really awesome off-axis sort of thing here, just kind of throwing your body in multiple directions. But I don't just really know how I feel about it specifically. I'm going to slow this down and analyze it element by element now. So first off, we have the drop. And this is like your typical RMC drop. You're going to get a nice pop of ejector airtime. It's going to be pretty sustained. It's going to be really fun. But it's probably not going to be your favorite drop you've experienced. And now we have this really, really weird but super awesome off-axis speed hill. This thing looks absolutely phenomenal. This is going to be an absolutely great speed hill. And then we get into this really, really bizarre outward banked airtime hill. It starts by banking upwards, and then it looks like you're going to get some really, really strong positive Gs into this awesome outward banked element, which kind of looks like something similar you'd see to Steel Vengeance or even Outlaw Run of some sort. It looks like a really weird element. It looks like a combination of Lightning Rod's final bank turn and kind of just banks outward a little bit and Steel Vengeance, I guess. It's a really, really weird element, but it looks really unique. And now we're going to go up into this absolutely massive 0G stall. This looks like one of the greatest 0G stalls the RMC is going to be doing. It looks absolutely phenomenal. I really have nothing else to say about it. Then you make a bank turn up into this really, really awesome outward banked Outlaw Run or Wildfire-esque element. So then you're going to be diving into this shed and taking an Intamin-like bank turn, which looks really, really good. Then you're going to be going up into this Twisted Timbers-esque sustained ejector airtime hill. That's going to be a really, really awesome element. And then we see this corkscrew barrel roll-like element. This looks really, really similar to something that you'd see on Mindblower or Jungle Trailblazer. It doesn't look like an average ZOG wall. It looks more like a corkscrew. I don't think RMC has ever done a corkscrew-like element before. That's just something weird that I thought I'd take note of. It looks kind of not like a ZOG wall. It seriously looks like a corkscrew. And now let's talk about this pop of ejector airtime going into this triple down. This could potentially be a threat to Lightning Rod's existence. These 3 hills look so freaking deadly. Like the first one, did you see how jolty and intense that looked? And then the next 2 are just going to get better because it's literally going down. This literally looks like Lightning Rod's quad down. I think this could potentially beat out Lightning Rod's quad down. This thing looks absolutely freaking phenomenal. Then you're going to hit another off-axis twisty moment up into an RMC style 0G roll, which looks to give some incredible hang time. Then you're going to float into the brake run. And I'd say overall, this looks like one of the greatest roller coasters on the planet. Like, I feel like this coaster is kind of doing what Energylandia at least tried to do with Hyperion. They took some of Intamin's best elements and they put it into one coaster. I feel like RMC kind of did the same thing with Zadra. They took some of RMC's greatest elements, such as their quad down from Lightning Rod, some of their straight back-to-back twisted timbers airtime hills, some 0G stalls. They tried out a corkscrew and some really awesome transitions and bank turns, kind of like Intamin. And overall, I think Energylandia and RMC definitely knocked it out of the park with this one. I don't really know any other flaws with this ride. I feel like this is going to be a huge hit for Energylandia. Congrats to you guys for building an incredible ride. Congrats to RMC for designing this thing, and congrats for anyone living in Europe. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe below. Be sure to subscribe to CoasterMac 305, and as always, I'll see you all later. Peace out.